My hands shook as my mother's words cut through me. Mara's success is what matters. Heat stung my eyes, and the pride inside me crumbled into ashes. After years of being overlooked, the moment had finally arrived. I gripped the plaque tightly, my $200 million secret, the one that would shatter their golden child's crown. Their favored daughter wore titles, but the one they cast aside? He built a throne. The fight was already boiling when I walked in. Mara's voice cut like glass. You've always been nothing, Thomas. Admit it. You drag us down. Always have. Her words hit me like a slap, but I stayed still, hands tight on the back of the chair. Dad slammed his palm on the table so hard the silverware jumped. Stop wasting time. This family can't afford mistakes. Not again. His eyes landed on me like I was the mistake he meant. I felt my face burn, but I didn't answer. Mom sat at the far end, clutching her glass. Her hand shook so much the wine rippled. She whispered, "Please, no more fighting." But no one listened. The air smelled of whiskey and burnt roast. The lights buzzed above us. And then Dad said it, his voice low but sharp enough to split me in two. Don't you dare ruin this family like you ruined everything else. The room went silent. My chest tightened. Their eyes were all on me, the failure, the scapegoat. I'm Thomas Hale, 26, the quiet one. The one they call lazy, weak, useless. My name never said with pride, only with shame. Mara was the chosen one. Perfect daughter. Perfect career. Perfect smile when outsiders watched. Me? I was the afterthought. The accident. The burden they carried like a weight. I grew used to it. Sitting silent, letting their words bruise me. Because no matter what I did, top grades, long hours, even cleaning Dad's messes, it was never enough. But silence doesn't last forever. Not when you've been humiliated for years, blamed for things you didn't do, called worthless in your own home. They don't know what I've been holding. A truth so heavy it almost broke me. And tonight, I was ready to let it burn. Family members introduced Mara Hale, 29. Blonde hair sharp as her tongue, always dressed like she was walking into an interview. She could smile for strangers and spit venom at me in the same breath. Dad, Richard, 61. Suits, ties, and control. A businessman who thought yelling was leadership. He never touched me unless it was to shove me aside. Mom, Evelyn, 58. Sweet voice, kind smile for neighbors. But when it came to me, her silence screamed louder than Dad's anger. Don't look at him like that, Mara snapped. He's never changed. He's still the same screw-up. Dad waved a hand at me like I wasn't worth air. Your sister works. Your sister succeeds. You drain us. I swallowed hard, fists tight in my lap. My humiliation was routine. They never saw how it cut deeper each time. But as Mara spat her words, I caught something, a flicker in her eyes. Like she wasn't just angry, like she was hiding. The fight turned, as it always did, to money. Mara leaned forward, voice sharp. I deserve more. I've worked for it. Why should Thomas get anything? Dad nodded. She's right. He doesn't earn. He doesn't deserve. Their words stabbed me over and over. My throat tightened, but I stayed calm. I'd heard this script my whole life. Then Mara slipped. One wrong sentence. Don't make me bring up what you did, Dad. The room froze. I looked up, locking eyes with her. Dad's jaw clenched. Mom's lips parted in shock. And for the first time, their anger wasn't only at me. What did you just say? I asked softly. Mara's face went pale. She stammered. Nothing. Forget it. Dad barked. Enough. This is over. His voice thundered, but his hands trembled on the table. Mom's voice cracked. Please, stop. But I didn't move. I just sat, steady, calm. My calmness always unnerved them. I let the silence stretch, then said, Funny thing about lies. They always slip when you're desperate. For years, I had been the weakest in the room. But tonight, their eyes shifted. My quiet wasn't weakness anymore. It was danger. My mind dragged me back. 17. Blood on my knuckles, a bruise swelling on my jaw. I'd taken the blame for a fight Mara started at school. Dad had ripped into me. Called me a failure, a waste of space. Can't you do anything right? Mara stood behind him, silent, a smirk tugging her lips. Mom? She looked away, pretended she didn't see. I carried that shame for years. The teachers believed their golden daughter. My punishment lasted months. I was humiliated, again, and nobody cared, but one of them remembered. I could see it in Mara's face even now. It exploded in one scream. Mara. He knows, Dad! He knows about the money you stole! Dad froze. His face turned white. Mom's glass slipped, shattering on the floor. I leaned forward, elbows on the table, voice low. Stole? No. Let's call it what it was. Fraud, Mom gasped. Richard, no, tell me it's not true. Dad's fists balled tight. His veins pulsed in his neck. Shut your mouth, Thomas. But I didn't shut it. Not tonight. Because I had every receipt, every document, every proof, and I'd waited 3 years to watch him break. Voices crashed over me like waves. Mom, how could you? Mara, don't you dare blame me! Dad, you ungrateful brat. They shouted, screamed, broke apart like glass. I stayed still, standing slowly, voice calm but sharp. I gave you all my silence. Tonight, I give you the truth. The room cracked open. They weren't looking at each other anymore. They were all staring at me. And Mara, the sister who had humiliated me my whole life, wasn't glaring. She was afraid. The house felt like it was collapsing. Shouts from the kitchen, footsteps slamming up the stairs, Mom sobbing into her hands. I walked to the front door, my steps slow, steady. Behind me, Mom's voice broke. Thomas, please, wait. I stopped, but I didn't turn. Her words stumbled, messy. An apology too late, too shallow. For years, I'd begged for their approval, for one word of kindness. And now that I didn't need it, she finally tried. I let the silence answer her. Then I stepped outside, the cold night air filling my lungs. For the first time, I felt light. Weeks passed. The Hale family name was broken. Dad's reputation ruined. Mara's shine faded. The house was quiet now, not proud, not powerful, just broken. And me. I was free, no more waiting for their praise. No more humiliation under their roof. I built my own life, my own throne in silence, one worth more than their approval. For the first time in my life, I exhaled. I don't carry their weight anymore. The scars remained. But they were mine now, and that was enough. So if you were in my place, would you forgive them? Or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Share your story below. Someone might need to hear it. Like if you felt Thomas's pain. Subscribe for more real, emotional stories that cut deep.